Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut invent the image of her royal power. The chronological development. The Regency. Theban Tomb 71. As for the other inscription, referring to Hatshepsut, on the left-hand side end of the coronation scene, the last preserved column of text is clearly amputated, although it appears on the very edge of the original wall of the temple, as is implied by the floor slabs under the original rear and perpendicular wall. This shows, without any possible doubt, that the text of Hatshepsut was inscribed in a later phase, when the western wall of the temple had already been extended, that is, in a secondary stage in the making of the monument. So, the presence of the queen on this wall was the result of an alteration of the original decoration of the temple, an alteration that occurred after the date of the royal order to make anew the Temple of Semna, in regnal year 2, but before Hatshepsut assumed full kingship, since it is still her queenly titles that were used in this modification. Consequently, the entire decoration of the Temple of Semna, commanded at the beginning of year 2, was definitely made some time later in the sole name of young King Thutmose III. This iconographical solution, that is, with Thutmose III depicted as the official and only king, seems to have remained unaltered until, at least year 5. 4 documents can be related to that regnal year: a papyrus now in Turin, which contains the beginning of a formal account of the appointment of Userramun as vizier by Thutmose III, a stuccoed tablet with a list of official offerings made by some dignitaries and some institutions, including the vizier Userramun and the palace, and 2 stelae in the temple of Hatha at Serabit el-Khadim, in Sinai. The account tablet attests that Userramun was surely vizier in the last months of year 5 precisely on day 26 of the 2nd month of Peret, 69 days before the beginning of year 6, but as Dorman noted, the Turin papyrus seems to be again retrospective and cannot be used as historical evidence to prove that the young King Thutmose III did really appoint the new vizier himself, nor that this nomination was officially presented in his name at that time, even if it seems more than likely. On the contrary, the 2 stelae in Sinai depicted Thutmose III apparently alone and, in any case, directly in front of the divine mistress of Serabit el-Khadim, thus continuing the traditional and normal imagery of kingship that we have seen in use since the beginning of the Regency. Hayes in their excavation of the Theban Tomb rock cut stele dated to year 5 of Thutmose III in Serabit el-Khadim, Sinai of Sennamat and his parents implies that Hatshepsut assumed royal status, with real kingly titles, during year 7. Dorman, editor of the funerary complex of Sennamat in the Theban necropolis, conveniently summarizes their demonstration as follows. The burial chamber of Sennamat's parents, Ramos and Hatnofa, was discovered in excavations undertaken on the hillside of Sheikh Abadi el-Kuna in 1935 by the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Located just below the tomb chapel of their son, Theban Tomb 71, the chamber had been buried below the artificial terrace of the chapel, a construction formed by 3 retaining walls and an enormous mass of limestone chips pouring directly from the excavation of Tomb 71 and therefore dated to the beginning of tomb construction.